Hello again, it's Captain Mick 56. Welcome to Hero's private server, where he's turned on Instaload again for me, and I will be loading a castle to show you, because I haven't shown it off very much in previous videos. This has been 2 weeks so far that I've been working on this castle. It's my biggest build since we got the new trowel tool, and I've tried to use the trowel tool as much as I can. It's not a universal thing. I don't use it for everything, but for some, it's really nice. It's been good for a very symmetrical build. That I can say for sure. Um, Placing these corner towers was the first thing I did here. Um, a couple of things has helped to keep me on track that you guys might want to take into large builds that you are making. When you begin your build, as long as you can, try to maintain even numbered block counts and try to maintain your reference. So when you first place a block down on the ground, make sure that as you adjust it, if you make it like a base plate or something like that, try to make sure you don't use odd numbers. Here, this one's 26 by 15. Get rid of the 15, turn it into 16. You know, try to make it an even number. When you place additional blocks on it, try to make sure that when you are in your block placement tool here, your build tool, that your move is set to 1 or 2, so you can latch on to a corner or some even amount of the base plate, which of course cannot be a base plate at all. You just be building it on the ground. But the reason I say that is that as your build becomes taller and more complex and you start putting more things on it, you'll end up with alignment problems if you don't maintain some sort of general order like that. Even when trying to maintain that, I still end up with some things that are just so darn close that they can't work quite right. I have an example of it right here, and you can see this little line right here that's just barely visible in the concrete, but it's not actually connected. If I got my angle right, you can see a tiny gap in here, and that kind of stuff just drives me nuts. I know it's way too picky. I know it's a cool build even without considering anything like that, and it is. It's turned out okay. This is 2 weeks. Of course, it's not like I work on this 100% of the time, but I, of course, spend more time on it than I probably should. Um, but, that's the way it goes when you're having fun. So, yeah, there we go. That's my chandelier, the throne room. The carpets are new. I put those down yesterday. The torches. Torches have been actually kind of neat. This is the first build that I've really used torches with any kind of real lighting quality. Using them for actual lighting. I've used them to like simulate fire coming out of smokestacks and stuff before, but in this build, aside from that light that I just deleted in there, and one other one, there is actually a light that's right here. This is the only light in the game aside from torches. These things here are neon blocks. They don't really put off any light. They just glow like candles. But it's kind of neat. So this is in night mode. You can see the stars up there. So this entire castle is just lit with torches. I tell you, it takes a lot more torches than I thought it would to light a castle. It's certainly a lot more than if you use the regular light bulbs from inside the game. This jetpack's driving me nuts. I keep seeing it flickering. Yeah, the castle's been kind of neat. A lot of symmetrical stuff, like I mentioned. The internal stairwells here, they've been cloned and rotated, and not everything has been cloned, but the roofs. I cloned the roofs, and that's pretty sweet. It's nice to be able to do that. Learned a few things about how the rotation stuff works and the cloning stuff. And that's what this build was about. I've never done a castle before, just wanted to do that. So it was nice to be able to build a castle, and it was nice to be able to use the new tool to do it. some of this stuff is symmetrical and I'm able to flip it and make it look right. But as you can imagine, it's not like I could build half of a castle right down the center and then clone it and rotate it, because then you'd have the front would be on the wrong side for half of it, and the back would be on the wrong side for the other half. Anyway, you have to pick and choose what you clone and what you move, and how much you can do with that stuff. But there are limitations, but all in all, that new tool is coming pretty darn handy. It's nice to be able to put in all these windows and not have to rebuild every single one of them. It's nice to not have to cake yourself and fly down to stage 1 and then reload. And can you imagine how long it would take me to reload this over and over again? Long time, longer than I want to wait, that's for sure. So piece of gold for the water, collision off. Change the color a little bit. There's Hero Plays Roblox. So Hero is a guy that does the YouTube videos for me, and I don't care to manage the YouTube account myself. Hero wants to put a little time into it. He's figuring out how to do stuff and getting better at that all the time. So as long as he's willing to, I am very happy to let him post videos of my builds. And you guys can comment in his videos and I will see them. He'll let me know if there's anything in there for me. If you guys have ideas, specifically on the castle, I could seriously use some ideas for items that need to belong in the castle. Obviously medieval weapons and stuff, that's great, but I need something more. What I don't have is room to build rooms here. This was meant to be like a defensive structure. Just wanted to make a castle. I never made like living quarters and stuff. So I was thinking I might, wall off some of this area on both sides, turn that into rooms. Having it enclosed is totally legitimate, I believe, for a castle. You wouldn't necessarily need all this outside space here. That's just kind of decorative right now, but it could use some function. So I may end up doing that in a couple of days, and there'll be another video to do, I'm sure, about that. Until then, thank you for watching. Like the video, subscribe to Hero's channel, and have a great rest of your day. Bye-bye.